cool. First off, I appreciate you coming, on the podcast, especially during a tournament like this. It's pretty hectic in a lot of things. Can you kind of talk about, like, I know you guys had a game today, but talk about when you got in, like what the schedule was like, and stuff like that.
Yeah, first of all, thank you for having me too. And this whole tournament is, I think, a really good experience for anybody, and I mean, especially for me, because this is my first time in the U.S. And before this, I've just been to New York, where Stony Brook is, and to experience something like Florida, and after this we go into LA, and to see something outside of New York, it's pretty nice. And basketball-wise, I think it's a tough schedule because it's early games. We play at 11, and we don't have much time watching film and practicing. But I feel like it's a good period of the year to get in shape and see where you are, as a team and as individuals. So
yeah. And it's a great, especially a tournament like this, when you guys get to the conference tournament time, and if you guys hopefully, will make, the NCAA tournament, stuff like that, it's going to be this very tight turnaround stuff. So it really does prepare, especially a good team you guys played today. I want to talk about the tournament a little bit more, but you did bring up a good point. You just came over here. Can you kind of talk about what it's been like for you and, the transition to college basketball versus playing, over in Europe?
Yeah, for transition about basketball is a little different because the rules are not the same. It's like two halves, and everywhere else outside of college you have quarters. So that's a little different. The pace is different. The shot clock, So it took me some time to adjust to everything, and about life as well, because this was my first time living outside of my home, without my parents and everything. And I needed a couple of months for sure to adjust to living alone. And there was some nostalgia about everything back home. But I found a way to deal with it, and it's become easier and easier because at some point of your life you have to move on like this, and this was the point for me.
Yeah, and I guess you're talking a lot about the mental side of the game and stuff we talked about. Can you kind of talk about what you kind of did to work on that and improve constantly? I guess you're probably still trying to improve for that. Well, as the season goes on, can you kind of talk about what you've worked on there?
About what?
The mental side of that, and stuff.
I mean, at the beginning, I was letting my emotions get to me, especially having a bad game or a bad practice. I was feeling. My whole mood was down for the whole day, and I learned for basketball not to affect my everyday life, to be happy and grateful for where I'm at and what I have in my life, and try to move on and get better every day. Yeah, that's the whole point.
And then can you kind of talk about the physicality difference from playing over there to here, and some of the changes the things you see different in the game?
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot more physical, and it's a lot more intense practice-wise. Because where I played, we first of all we have one game a week, and here is two at least.
And you have back-to-back.
Yeah, we have a back-to-back. and 11 in the morning. And so it's definitely harder, and the practices are longer and more intense and more competitive. But that's why I think college D1 especially, preseasons are so long. It's 5 months, so you can get adjusted and get in shape and get in rhythm and everything. But I'm used to it now, so I like what's going on.
Yeah. So now when you came over, is there anywhere different you changed diet wise, how you train to kind of adjust for this now, the amount of games and stuff?
Yeah, I mean the training handles it by itself, because you have to if we have longer practice, you have to do it, So they push you to go beyond what you've done before. So I think that's a good point for me, because trying to go longer, get better, more play better when I'm tired.
Yeah.
yeah, that type of stuff.
What's some of this like? Because I imagine you always have a bunch of individual goals to lead that bigger goal you have for like a season. What's some of those like smaller goals you're working on like right now?
Smaller goals are, I would say, like play more mature and like slow the game down, like be like a leader, you know, at the point guard position. Take pride in like knowing everything that's going on the court, like helping teammates out and helping myself out at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I'm interested because for me, when I was like getting recruited for college, it was like during COVID. So like for my sport, I played tennis, and a lot of like smaller schools like ours, they cut their programs because they couldn't afford it. So like I had lost a lot of different offers, and that's why I went to like the school I did. But you being from, I'm interested what your recruiting process was like being from like North Macedonia there. And, like, how was that?
I mean, like to get recruited as an international, you have to have an agent,
Okay.
So yeah, you have to have somebody to connect you with the school. And I have an agent who's from Poland, and he helped me out. Like he reached out to Stony Brook, and they liked my highlights, and they liked how I played. They watched some of the games last season in the playoff that I had, and I played really well. And like it wasn't that long of a recruiting process because it was like at the end of the like transfer portal, and like all the teams had their like 15-man rosters like almost complete. Yeah, and so I was like one of the last guys recruited. And like I think I'm the only one that didn't came for a visit.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, I didn't come because I was still in the playoffs last year. Because the season in Europe ends later, like at May, June.
Yeah.
So I couldn't come. There was no time because I was supposed to, when my season ended, like 20 days after, I had to come for preseason.
Yeah.
So there was no time for a visit, but I liked everything that they showed me, even through like Zoom. So,
and it's funny because like a lot of people, like a big part of their committing to school is that visiting, like going actually seeing campus. For you, it probably was strictly just basketball.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was like based on basketball was my biggest decision that I had to make. So.
Yeah. Last couple of things. I don't want to keep you like too long, but. So we have a lot of like high school, middle school athletes, that watch this. What's like the best piece of advice you've ever heard? It could be about anything, not even sports related.
Yeah, I mean the best things I've heard, to like improving yourself and like getting better, and like reaching your goals that you want, whether it's like D1 scholarship or like getting to the NBA or whatever it is. Like I feel like is. Like I said before, like not letting your emotions get the best of you, like not getting too high, not getting too low, like staying in the moment and be like focused on what is important, and control what you can control. So that's like the most important things, and like being in the moment, like don't think about what happened yesterday, what you did, what you didn't. Like what will happen tomorrow, like focus on the moment.
Yeah, that reminded me because when I was like asking this one, so like growing up, did you ever play any other sports, or was it always just like basketball? And like what kind of like prompted it where like, hey, I really want to play professional and college, basketball?
Yeah, I mean, I've only played basketball my whole life since I was like 6 or 7. And when I was 13, 14, I think COVID hit, and that's when everything shut down, and I don't know, something clicked in my head, and I chose like to work harder than anybody else, and like that's when I really got better. Before that I wasn't like taking it serious, so I wasn't that good. I was just playing for fun. Yeah. Because my friends were. And after that I really started playing, and I was getting better and better.
Do you ever think like playing, because you played a lot of time with your youth for your country, and then you played some senior time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that was like a big thing too, is like having that pride of playing for your country? And you're like,
that for internationals especially, like that's a really big part, and they really take pride. I mean, we really take pride for playing for our country. Is like some people say that is more important than playing for your team, so because you're representing a country. Yeah. And I would say like that's a big part of like what I've become, and like really like opened my eyes for what that really means. So.
Yeah, and now actually last two. So you played a lot of places all over. Where do you think like the favorite place you've ever like played a game at?
Played a game? I don't know. I mean, this year it's definitely like our home gym.
Yeah.
And this is a close second here in Florida.
Yeah.
But I don't remember like a best game that I've played. Like a best place, you mean?
Yeah, like best like venue you've been to. Like you played a lot of gyms.
It's for sure somewhere here in the U.S. because back where I was playing, we didn't have like good gyms, so it's probably in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then last question. So when your career is over, way down the line, how do you want to be remembered?
How do I want to be remembered?
It's a tough one.
I wanna be remembered as like the teammate that everybody wanted to play with. Like the good guy.
Yeah.
Like no problems. A great player, of course, and just a good person that everybody loves. You know, like that's my whole point.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time, especially with your busy schedule right now, and you gotta keep in touch. Yeah. Appreciate it.